welcome back to another video on my channel. This is Minis by Kev, and I'm Kev, or Kevin, depending on whatever you want to call me. And I'm a miniaturist living in New England who likes to make miniatures of a lot of different kinds of stuff. In this week's video, I want to finish the outside construction of the murder mystery dollhouse. I'm not planning to paint it this week or anything like that, but I just want to get done like the actual construction. I need to build some pieces that were missing out of the kit. My dog's playing with a toy over there, you might hear him. I need to make some pieces that were missing out of the kit when I bought it. I thrifted it. So this week I need to do the dormer. I need to finish the roof pieces and whatnot. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I feel like this is gonna take me longer than I think it's gonna take me because it's like, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of math and whatnot, so let's get started. So I'm realizing that to do, you're a little crooked. I'm realizing that to add the roof, I need to do the porch first. So I'm trying to figure out, because I have the porch posts. I don't have the bases that attach the porch that these go on top of, or the two pieces that like cap them. They're called like porch base caps or post base cap. Post base cap. Does that sound right? Post base. Why does that sound insane? I don't know. Anyway, I need to make the post bases and then the caps and then figure out what size to do. This is the actual size of this. I need to figure out how big the little, how big the thing beneath it's gonna be. And then also the post base caps, because they need to be the exact size so that way when I put this on, which is the really long rail posting, that it sits level. Otherwise the whole roof will collapse. That's, you know, not stressful at all. I have Joanne's Minis videos where she puts together this dollhouse up so that way I can watch her do it to see like, I can get some kind of idea of what I'm doing here. I'm a little stressed. This is, you know, a big deal. I think that if I mess this part up, it will cause the whole roof to collapse. So I was really stressed about the dormer, but now I'm even more stressed about this. Yup. I'm just procrastinating now, so I'm gonna go ahead and start working on this. I'm gonna keep this clip very, very short because I'm in the middle of a heat wave, so I had to turn off my fan to record this. Yes, it's hot, even at 9:30 at night. These are the two reference photos that, ignore my printer sucks. These are the two photos I'm using to make this, the outside of this dollhouse. As you can see here, they're a little slightly different. This has like this thing, but this is almost exactly how the dollhouse looks minus this. If this porch just spanned the whole the whole thing. So I'm going for this look, but with this thingy up top, right? These are the two I'm basing it on. Now, because of this, I need to make a third. Wait, no, I don't. This doesn't go up. I thought that this actually pillared up all the way, and it doesn't. And guess what? When I thrifted this dollhouse, it actually did have the two pillars. So I just need to make these bottom pieces, and I've already started doing that. So I'm a little bit further ahead than I thought. But I like the look of this, well, yeah, I like the look of this one better, the wall part. So I'm gonna be spanning the entire front in brick at some point in the future, not in this video. I apologize. If you were here for brick, it's not happening right now. But I am gonna build this structure for this. Now you might say, since you're already using foam board, why wouldn't you just go ahead and put the bricks into this? Good question. Good question. Anyway, we're moving on. I'm not able to right now. Okay, so I need to finish cutting out the pieces for this box. It's a little hard because I'm just going off of these pictures right here. I've already made these, that's why it's crossed off. I actually already made this too. So I need to make these pieces still. And it's a little difficult because I don't really know how much of this chunk to cut out right here and how much of this chunk to cut out right here. It doesn't actually say, so I'm kind of just eyeballing it. I don't know how that's gonna go. I still need to make these pieces, and here are the dimensions rough because it doesn't say the cutout part. And then I can start building these things right here. I don't want to mark on this. I guess I could print out another picture, but I really like how these look. I think these are both houses in California. I used to live in Pasadena, California, and there's, what's it called? Craftsman Row or something? I don't remember, but these, I'm pretty sure, are both in that neighborhood. And I really like the green color, of course, because I'm a millennial green, blah, 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 you know. But I really like this brick. I think I like it better than this one. So I'm gonna go with this, but I do like this door better. So I'm gonna do like a conglomerate. Like imagine if I just went whoosh and this spun into one house. I'm gonna get started or continue working on doing these weird little pillar pieces that were missing out of the kit. I'm a little worried because I'm making them, I'm yapping a lot right now considering there's no fan. I'm trying to catch you up real quick. I'm a little worried that trying to make these out of foam will eventually break off because it's not gonna be as sturdy as the wood of the actual porch behind it or of this wood pillar right here. This is wood, right? And then it's also got to support the weight of this part of the roof. And that I'm not really worried about the weight, but I'm more worried about like if I were to accidentally hit this even a little bit, it'll just go and rip right off because this is all gonna be foam. This entire piece, this corner piece, and these three like little pillar things at the bottom are all gonna be made out of foam. Gonna be foam, foam, foam. And then this middle part, these middle parts are also gonna be foam. I don't know, I'm gonna have to be really careful with it, I think. I actually don't know until I do it how sturdy it will be, and I've thought about maybe putting like a coat of something on the outside to harden it. That I don't know yet. Maybe if I don't do that and you have any suggestions for me, please let me know. Okay. Gotta shut up now. I'm gonna start working. I cut out the exact length, so now I just need to cut out I mean the exact width. So I just need to cut out these pieces. Oh wait, oh no, are these shorter? Crap. Okay, I gotta figure this out. I'm gonna keep working on this. I lied, I'm back for an update with the fan on because I'm gonna be really quick about this and I'm sorry it's loud and annoying, but this actually does say 4 3/4 inlet. The question is, I don't know what that means. Maybe I'll make the post base side end first because, oh, that is skinnier. Dang it. Ugh. So I need to make the post base back end because that is the only one that's the same thickness. And then I can trim this down to be the 1 3/8. So I don't know what inlet means though. I mean, I know what it means. I just don't know if that means 4 3/4. If it means all the way down here, but then you have to cut out the inlet. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I'll see, and they'll come back crashing out again, I'm sure. I powered through, and it took me a while, but I officially have all the pieces cut out. However, I have not cut out the little inlets yet on these ones. I think I might just do that as I'm adding them to the house. I haven't entirely decided yet, but these are all cut out. These are all the pieces that are not being altered, and now I'm going to rewatch that video to figure out how to put these together. Although I don't know if these are actually put together in that video or not. I'm actually gonna do that tomorrow because it's bedtime, but it'll be 2 seconds for you. My desk is a complete mess, but I finally cut out all the pieces, I think, except for one, because I can't tell if this needs to be cut more than this. I think it does, but what I'm actually gonna do is put together the other pieces and then figure out what needs to be cut out based off that when I pull it up to the house, because I'm afraid I'm gonna cut this incorrectly. So I'm gonna start putting these little boxes together now, and it's gonna be fun and not at all annoying and stressful. Starting with this one because it's the easiest one. If you can hear fireworks, please ignore that. I can't help it. It's 4th of July weekend. So I'm kind of in, like, I don't know how else to put you where you can see what I'm doing at this point in life. We're just gonna have to work with it. I made these pieces, which we're gonna go, let's see if I can show you. They're gonna go on the caps here, and then there's gonna be the post, and then I made the post caps. Now, I did the level, and it says that everything's level. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but I'm gonna have to just roll with it because it doesn't look level, but it says it is. I just know if I do it wrong, the roof will be slanted forever. And that's a little nerve-wracking, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and put these posts together. I think there's 2 of them. Yeah, there's 2 of them. This third one doesn't have like a post. It's just the 2 sides. So I'm gonna put that together, and yeah, then I think after this, I'll have put together, I mean, I haven't put together this part right here for the railing. Oh, I didn't even say I glued these on. And they're pretty sturdy. I was a little nervous they're gonna fall off, but they feel really sturdy. But after I do glue these together, glue the fake like railings, because I'm not gonna do a railing, I'm gonna do like a straight wall. I need to start putting the roof on, and then I'll have to get to the point where I'm working on this thingy. What is it called? What is it called? The dormer, yep, okay. Then I'll be working on the dormer, which will be up here at some point. But for now, let's go ahead and start gluing stuff together and hope that this turns out how I want it to. Totally not nervous at all. It took me a second to figure out how to center this because it just says center. And I had to measure out the halfway mark and then, can you even see that? The halfway mark and then like the size of this split in 2. It was kind of a nightmare, but I'm hoping that that means this is actually gonna be centered. Let's hope that this works. I also feel like I need to reinforce these sides, so maybe I'll do that at some point. I just don't know what to reinforce it with. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Again, it's gonna be very difficult to show you me doing this, but I'm putting on the roof. I'm gonna show you the best I can. Don't get mad at me, I'm doing the best I can here. This is a very big project. I'm gonna do wood and tacky glue and just see what happens. See if they have a little friendship. Nothing can stop us now. Nothing can stop us now. I gotta take these off. You know what, I'm just gonna use wood glue. Right here, because this is what's going to be a majority of what's holding it all together. And I am an overgluer. Oh, it's dripping. Okay, that's not great. Oh, crap. This glue is getting everywhere. Everywhere it touches. I don't think it touches here. Oh, maybe it does a little bit. This needs to be exact, and then we need to tape it. It has to be exact, because if not, the whole roof will be crooked. So I just did all this, realized I didn't cut the siding. I was supposed to cut the siding to go right here, on the back. I didn't do that. This means I just made it more difficult to myself, but it's fine. I'll fix that later. Now that the porch is complete and added on, and the roof is complete and added on, it's time I make the dormer. This is like the last step. It literally is the last step I need to do to finish this house is make the dormer walls so I can attach the roof to the dormer and attach the dormer onto the house. So I need to cut these pieces out right here. I'm a little nervous because these are way more complicated, but I need to cut these out and then I need to do this. Side trim, there's side trim for the dormer. Oh yeah, there is, okay. Yep, okay. Gonna start measuring stuff out. I already did the conversions, luckily, thanks past Kevin. When I was looking for these pieces, I did the conversions of what they need to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by cutting these out. I'm nervous. I'm sorry if you can hear the fan noise. It's very, very hot where I live. I cannot turn it off right now, but I do a lot of math, a lot of redrawing, but I think this is the angle that it needs to be. I have some extra mat board if not, but I'm pretty sure I need to just draw these lines like this and then cut this out. The window is another story because it doesn't actually say what dimensions the window is. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. I'm sure that they have like a window they recommend for this. And I can look up the dimensions of that and kind of just eyeball where in this wall it would go. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this and not freak out and not have a panic attack, and I can do this because I am a strong, independent person and I can do hard things like math. Cool. Something I was not expecting is that if I want to match the thickness that's on here, so for instance, this says that the front wall is 1/4 of an inch. This is only 3/8 of an inch. And so I need to add a layer of mat board. And because I want it to fit as closely as possible so I don't have to do any fixing later, I am gonna double this up, so which means I'm gonna need to glue a layer of mat board to this. It's not quite tall enough, but I feel like this is gonna get covered anyway, so it doesn't matter if there's a seam right here. The window cutting out is going to be interesting later, but right now, oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and glue the second layer on because I cut this out and I need to do this so that way I can cut out the side walls. The side walls though are only two. I have this like double thick mat board, which is just poster board, like skinnier poster board. Two of these is the right thickness for the side walls. So I can use that for the side walls, but this needs to be glued on here. Well, I'm still gonna have to glue two of these together too, but a lot of work to do still. A lot of work to do still. This piece is done, double thickness, glued on. All good. I still have to figure out the window. I'm avoiding that. But I went ahead and cut out the side pieces that are gonna make the side of the dormer, and they look like they're actually gonna work pretty well. I'm pretty excited to get this on the house and done. Look at that. I didn't realize how big the dormer is, but I need to look up and see how other people decorate this because I don't really know how I'm gonna decorate on the inside. I also realized I don't know what to do with the siding on these because these are gonna be facing out, and the pieces that were built into the house had like siding already. So I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of fake siding to try and match the siding that's on there. I don't know how I'm gonna do that because the siding on there is pretty thick, but it doesn't matter right now. I need to glue those together and then maybe put some weight on them like I did with this one so it will have time to dry. And then, actually while those are drying, I should probably figure out the window on this. I just don't really know. I need to look up if there are instructions. There is window trim stuff, window frame pack. I wonder if somebody online knows what the dimensions of this is. Because if I can figure out the dimensions, well, actually, it looks like, okay, so it looks like the top of it at least comes up to this. So if I can figure out the dimensions, I can figure that out. Because it looks like it's equal parts here, and it comes across perfect here. Just gotta figure out what size this window is, and I can cut that out. But for now, I'm gonna glue those together, put some weight on them, maybe call it a night for me because I'm tired. I ended up looking through the instructions, and on here it tells you like basically what size it needs to be based on the opening. I deduced that there was two different openings. The window panes were 5x6, 4x6. 4x6 is the bottom one, so 5x6 has to be the top one. However, when I went in to measure, this needs to be 10.5 inches peaked, 9 1/4 wide. I did 10.5 inches wide by 9 1/4 peaked. So right now, as is, this will not work. That's so disappointing. I have to remake this piece now. I guess I can use this for something else in the future, but I'm just irritated at myself because I was so close to being done. I was like measuring out and I was like, 4x6 doesn't make any sense, or 5x6, whatever. It doesn't make any sense for this. See, now I'm confused because it kind of still does look like it makes sense. I don't know. But this should be significantly shorter so that 6 inches of this doesn't seem as insane. Yeah, this dormer looks way smaller than what I have here. Crap. Okay, well, I'm exhausted and disappointed in myself, but I'm gonna remake this. I started looking at this some more actually after I had a little bit of a freak out off camera. It doesn't say it's 10.5 peaked. It says 10.5 comma peaked, as in this piece is peaked. I assumed that meant this way. However, I was just looking at it, and the way that I've measured the house, the opening is 10 inches this way. And if I did 9 1/4, this wouldn't even span the whole opening. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually tape this together, do a dry fit, and see if it's gonna fit. Because I don't really know what's going on anymore. Maybe I'm tired and I've lost my mind. What side's the inside? I don't know. The window though, the window thing's still a little confusing. That's next. But first I need to make sure that everything is a-okay before I lose my mind. Any more than I already have. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's not gonna work. Let's go like this. Okay. I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna go ahead and dry fit this off camera and I'll come back and let you know what I have figured out. All is well in Flavortown. This is correct. I dry fit it, I held it up. It's all good. I don't know how I, first of all, messed up the original dimensions, then accidentally made this not according to my dimensions, and it still ended up working out for me in the end. So, we're good. I gotta figure out how to place this window in though, so I can cut out the correct hole now though. That part is quite confusing. That's where I'm moving on to now. I wanna get this done before I go to sleep tonight. The cutting out of the window. I don't know if I'm gonna glue anything together, but I will definitely be cutting out this window tonight. Fingers crossed. Famous last words, am I right? All is good. I figured out how to do this. Now I just need to figure out how to cut it out in a straight line because I kind of struggle with cutting straight up and down. I tend to accidentally do it at a slight angle, but luckily, actually no, this stuff is not very forgiving, so I need to be careful. Let's cut this out together so you can watch me if I freak out. Okay, I need to figure out where the top cut is first actually, because this one, I mean, it doesn't really matter since I'm making this window from scratch. Doesn't really matter, but it'll be easier, I think, if I can stick it as closely as possible. I'm like shaking and pushing down so hard. Let's go ahead and do this next one. I gotta remember that once I cut through the foam board, I also have that layer of matte board at the bottom, which is gonna be harder to cut through, but I just need to get this initial cut lines done. And if it's slightly crooked, I think I'll be able to fix that in the end phase when I'm framing stuff out. It'll be easier if I can just get it as close as possible the first time. I didn't think about how difficult it was going to be to get this out because it's glued together, so I can't even pull out just the top layer. Okay, that sounded... Oh no, that was cutting through, okay. That's not good. The cut's not equal. Oof, okay. Alright, well, I can only do so much. Okay, it looks like for the most part I cut through. I think this is going to be the inside anyway, so it's going to be wallpapered. But... Ugh, I don't like that noise. Okay, this corner did not cut through though. Oof, okay, that's not cutting correctly. See, that's not, okay. How do I get it back in? Okay. Ugh. I mean, good enough. It's like, it needs a little bit of cleanup, but I'm quite happy with how that turned out. Okay, cool. Awesome. I feel better that this is done. I also realized though that I need to do the stair. I never put the stair on, okay. Never put the stair in the front. I still have to cut out the tread for this though. I need to figure out how thick that is and the length, which it is on here. Stair tread. It's 1/4 of an inch thick. It's 8 1/4 by 1 7/16. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow because I know it needs to be this length and it just needs to stick out a little bit. I'm gonna do that part tomorrow because I said I was gonna cut this out and then that's gonna go to sleep. So time for bed. Tomorrow we're going to put this together, glue it on top. We're going to finish this. I say tomorrow, but like this is gonna be like in 3 seconds for you. I'm gonna do this, and then I need to do the railings because I realized I didn't do the railings, and I'm gonna do kind of railings like this, not the open railings that you technically do with this kit. I wanna do a brick look, so I'm gonna do just like a layer of this basically to mimic what this is. I don't know how thick to do it. That's gonna be tomorrow. Tomorrow Kevin's problem though. I bet you can't wait to see what I do next. All right, I'm currently, it's the next day. The stair tread is gluing, so that's off to the side. What I'm doing here is I'm actually gonna make the railing. So I'm gonna glue, I cut out a bunch of pieces and I just need to glue a little box shape essentially. So I'm going for this look with the brick. So I need to glue these, like make little boxes to make the railing. That's what I'm doing now. Let's get to it. Over there, railings are drying. Over here, I had to cut another inch off this because I realized I cut it too small. I'm now making the siding out of grape nut flakes, boxings. Learned that from Bentley House Miniatures. I'm just going to go ahead and glue these all and make a siding that I hope will blend in with the rest of the siding. Gonna go ahead and do that. I recorded a whole long clip and it got corrupted, so I'm just gonna make this quick. I'm gonna go ahead and glue these on, cut out this part, and hope that it blends in with the rest of the house. Here is the cereal box drying. Well, it's mostly dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I think that for the most part, this is going to look fine. It matches close enough, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. And then I'm gonna do these. There's no point in showing you, they're just triangles, but they're gonna look like this before I cut them. And then they're gonna look like that when I do cut, well, it's gonna look more done, but that's what I'm doing now. My desk really is a mess, but I went ahead and glued on the tread last night. So this is ready to get glued. As you can see, it got stuck to something. Ignore that. But I need to glue this onto the house, and let me show you what I've done so far on the house, because I did some stuff last night. I went ahead and just finished the railings. All 3 are on here now. Let me see if I can turn it. I really want like a giant lazy Susan. I finished 3 railings, the top part of the railing. This is all gonna be faux brick, all of it, at some point in the future. And then I just need to glue this on right here. and then I need to finish the dormer. I have all the dormer pieces done. I just need to glue them together. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And I'm gonna glue this on, I think, because this needs to get attached. Although I'm really afraid for some reason I'm gonna knock this off. I don't really know why. I don't think I'm any more likely to knock that off than I am anything else. It just feels like it could easily get knocked off. And to be honest, like this is all very solid. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried about using foam board, that it wouldn't hold up. But like, obviously if I were to punch this, it would probably break. But it is holding up pretty well. Quite happy with it. So, I can start gluing stuff. As you can see here, I would have liked to show you me putting this on here. However, it was a struggle. I was panicking because this had to be perfect on the inside and the roof had to be perfect. This is glued on here now. It's taped down. My dog just sighed beneath me because he's over me working on this. I don't actually know how this is going to turn out once it's glued. I can already see some like little cracks that have to be covered up at some point in the future. But to be honest, like with the siding and I mean with the trim and the shingles and everything, I don't think it'll be noticeable. So I'm not going to worry about that until the future. I'm not going to worry about what needs to be done. But this is it for now. I'm going to wait for this to finish taping and then we will get some glamour shots for you. That's that on that, and I usually hold the project I'm working on. But as you can see here, I can't. This thing is so much heavier. I've never actually built a dollhouse on my own before, especially one this large. It is very heavy. Well, actually, that's not true. I did do the 24 scale dollhouse. This is my first 12 scale dollhouse that I built by myself. It is very heavy, like way heavier than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie, when I was finished building this, I was like proud of myself because, like I said, I've never done a dollhouse this large by myself before, and I just like looking at it, I'm like, wow, that actually looks like a house. I'm shocked. I'm shocked I managed to pull this off. The pieces that are made out of mat board instead of wood are not the best. Oh no. I'm not gonna lie, this is the second time I've tried recording this clip because the first time got corrupted somehow. And now that I'm in the first clip, I noticed an issue with the roof that where the two pieces come together, it's the bevels are off and there's a little bit of a gap. Now, I'm looking at this and the wood pillar holding up the roof of the porch, one of them is slightly crooked. Oh no, how bad is this? Look, here's the thing. I told myself when I was building this that there was going to be pieces that were not going to be perfect. Sorry, I'm pulling up my measure level on my phone. There's, if you don't know, most iPhones at least have a level on them. It's about a 4-degree angle. Oof, rough. Okay, so the thing is that when it's really distracting me. When I was building this dollhouse, I knew that some things would be difficult and probably end up looking slightly wrong. I told myself I'll just fix it because I'm making this out of foam board, right? Pieces of this are missing out of foam board. I'll be able to cover up the crack in the bevel. I don't know how I'm gonna fix. I don't know if I can. It might just be what it is at this point. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's gonna drive me crazy. That's future Kevin's issue because I'm going to pretend like I never saw that. That's it for this week. I don't know what I'm gonna work on next because I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna paint this next, work on the outside, maybe do the dividers for the rooms. I haven't done that yet because I haven't decided what the rooms are gonna look like yet, or like size-wise. I need to get it together. I have a lot to do, so we'll see what I do. Anyway, if you like me, or you like miniatures, or you like watching me have a complete mental breakdown over all of the irregularities that I messed up in this, make sure you hit that subscribe button below and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!